as we think about being a missionary to our city or to the city that we're wanting to plant a church in, it's really imperative that we come into that city really having a robust understanding of Orthodox Christian faith. So that theology that we come with is the firm foundation upon which we plan on building the church plant. So we're not coming in with a philosophy and practice. We're actually coming in with a theological conviction about the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the beauty of his glory and reign as King of the universe, and his desire to save sinners from their sin. One of the mistakes that I see often when it comes to church planting is that on top of that theological orthodox belief that's so needed and necessary, a lot of guys will already have their philosophy and practice ready to spring on a given location. And I think that when you front load philosophy and practice, you cease to become a missionary to a given area or a given city. And so a true missionary is going to come in and seek to understand the culture and the context and the values that a given area is going to have, regardless of whether or not you're planting in this suburb or this suburb. In the church that I pastor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is predominantly in a white-collar, far more bougie part of the city than just 12 minutes to our north or 12 minutes to our south. In fact, maybe 10 minutes to our south or 12 minutes to our north. In those areas, it's far more blue collar. And the values are different. And you would contextualize ministry practices differently in those locations than I think you would here. You wouldn't contextualize the message. The message is the message. Our doctrine is the doctrine of the Church of Jesus Christ, our Orthodox Christian faith. But the outworking of philosophy and practice will vary from place to place. So my encouragement as you consider being a missionary in your city, planting a church in the place that you feel God has called you to, is to come in with a heart of humility, set up shop for a while and listen to the values, see where people are going, what they put as kind of their top priorities. Look at family dynamics. Look at what the community celebrates together, what they mourn together, what they rally around, and what they avoid. Build a team around you that is varied in their gifting and practice, sharing with one another what you're learning, what you're seeing. And I think from that moment, now you've got your theological foundation that you came into the city with, but now you understand contextually how to build out the church plant in a way that I think will be most effective in making disciples of Jesus Christ in that given area. And so maybe I'll close with this illustration. A good way to think about theology, philosophy, and practice is like a home. The foundation of the home is our theological conviction, right? We are a doctrinal people. We believe things about God based upon His Word. That is the foundation of the home that we're building in this church plant. Now, philosophy of ministry is like the walls, where you would put the walls, where's the door, how do you get into this, how do you get around once you get into this house, where's the bathroom, where's the kitchen, where do we sit down and hang out with one another. That's philosophy. And then practice is like the furniture of the house. And so you might have a theological conviction that leads you to lay the walls a certain way. And you might understand contextually that you need to put the furniture in a specific way based on the values and what is celebrated and what is mourned in a given culture. So let me encourage you to not go into an area with an already predetermined philosophy of ministry before we really understand the communities that we're planting in. So I want to encourage you, be a missionary in your city. Learn it. Love it. Ask the Spirit of God to give you a heart that burns for those people, and then build out philosophy and practice around that, built upon our theological understanding of the saving work of Jesus Christ.